Hello, and you are now tuned into the only universe mode that matters. I am Christian.
And I'm Jesse.
And here we are talking about the Royal Rumble. What just happened? What's happening now? We're officially on the road to Mania. And we also have the last trade of this season. And I would also preview a little bit of next season because that's kind of what the trade involves, just a tad bit. So,
do you want to announce the trade right away, and then we'll get into the Rumble?
Let's do that at the end because I'm gonna talk about that for a little bit. So
Okay.
we're just gonna breeze through the results of the Rumble and what we overall thought of it. So, and not the Rumble as in pay-per-view, not just the Rumble matches. So let's kick it off with how we kicked it off with the all-women's episode. We started it off with Rhea Ripley and Dead Morgan, Sister Abigail, whoever y'all shall name her as. Jesse.
And her beautiful new purple Let Me Live attire. Honestly, this was Sister Abigail's toughest match, even though she lost to Toni Storm and Bianca Belair. Those matches were the Toni Storm upset was a dominant performance by Toni Storm. And the Bianca Belair match was a little bit longer than that Storm match. But I think this first match was over 20 minutes long. Rhea Ripley and Sister Abigail had a classic match. Toughest opponent for Rhea Ripley and toughest opponent for Sister Abigail. They went back and forth. Rhea Ripley was Christian. I was Sister Abigail. Honestly, I really wanted to be the CPU because I literally love Sister Abigail so much, and I love Rhea Ripley just as equal. Sister Abigail, she got it done once again. She defended that title against Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley showed up, though. She hit a riptide. I think she might have hit two, but Sister Abigail kicked out. Rhea Ripley kicked out of Sister Abigail's. Pretty sure she escaped the first claw.
I did.
She was a fighter. She was a fighter, but
you caught me ultimately with that move where you do a kip up and then not kip up, but you bounce back up and then you hit the claw out of nowhere. That's what killed me.
Yeah. Yep. And it was literally out of nowhere. I timed it perfectly because I think you were actually charging the riptide because I didn't think I had a reversal. I think that's what it was. And I had my kick up and I had a finisher. And as soon as you kick up, you hit the finisher, and it's kind of like hard to see it coming because
I went from being on the offensive to having to switch on defensive real quick.
And it was middle of the ring too. And Sister Abigail pretty much didn't suffocate Rhea Ripley, but put her to sleep. She submitted Rhea Ripley. The thing was, I don't think Rhea Ripley tapped, which was
she didn't tap.
Another thing to say to the story that Rhea Ripley pretty much never gave up to Sister Abigail and never gave up her opportunity to hold that Friday Night SmackDown Women's Championship. But guys, it was plain and simple. Sister Abigail defends that title, and she will be going into WrestleMania as my champion.
I can't believe it, man.
It's that simple. It's that simple.
She is by far. I mean, I was Liv Morgan a traded thing in the draft. I traded her for Keith Lee.
Yep.
Was that what happened?
Yeah. I remember you drafted Liv Morgan, and I was just like, nope, I'll trade you Keith Lee. And he was like, why? I was like, trust me. Like, I will completely repackage her, and she will either be a top contender or she will become a dominant champion. And from that moment on, it's what happened. She beat Becky Lynch multiple times. She beat Rhea Ripley.
Am I wrong for saying that I think Liv Morgan has had the best story arc this whole universe mode?
She definitely has had the best storylines and story as a character by far.
Because I came back to my head when I was editing, and I got copyrighted for it, but whatever. When I was editing the Liv Morgan return things that the WWE did, and then they repackaged her into nothing, essentially. But it was like we were mimicking that, and we were making a joke out of it, and then the result of it was the most unfunniest, scariest thing in the world, and that is Sister Abigail. And just the growth of her character. We even saw her do a new move this match, where she did a little springboard, the handstand, and
her Karana,
crazy, like, oh man, amazing.
And I can't believe I pulled it off. I can't believe I pulled it off for the first time though, because like when behind the scenes, Christian and I were kind of discovering
Practicing
her
it.
moveset. We were like, yo, like she has a springboard like her Karana off the ropes, and like she does a handstand, and I was trying to do that in the match, and I literally did it the first time, and I was just like, well, there goes her spot.
Let me not try it
So
again.
yeah. But
Oh man.
yeah, man, Sister Abigail, her and Bianca, definitely the top two for Women of the Year. Rhea Ripley definitely in the top three still, and I don't see anyone up there for Women Superstars of the Year.
With that being said, I think Dead Morgan, Sister Abigail, is in the lead now because Bianca Belair was also at the Rumble and she lost her title in the next match to Io Shirai.
Yep.
And two things to point out here. First of all, Bianca Belair is still amazing, and Io Shirai, I am impressed. I am impressed with that was another person that I acquired through trade, and I'm impressed. I think what her story is going on right now too. I honestly think our two best stories are the women's going right now. Because Jesse, I think we asked the question afterwards. Kairi Sane could have cashed in.
Oh yeah, that is very true. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
She could have cashed in, but also I'm thinking about it now. I feel like Io Shirai wasn't really that hurt. Bianca,
No.
No. So maybe it wouldn't have been a smart cash in. Like we saw the Matt Riddle cash in happen, but Bray Wyatt, he went through a long match. I'm not going to say the Bianca and Io match wasn't long, but it wasn't as long as the Bray Wyatt match. And also, Io Shirai was really giving it to Bianca Belair. And she was taking it, don't get me wrong, but ultimately that elbow, the moonsault put Bianca Belair away, and we have a new Raw Women's Champion. I was impressed. I cannot wait to see where this goes from here. And Bianca Belair will be getting her rematch probably at the next pay-per-view, which we will also announce at the end of this post show. But let's get right to it. Let's talk about the Women's Rumble, man.
I believe. Well, before we get into that, I remember I said I think during recording, Io became champion once again, and the fact that Kairi Sane has never became champion, that kind of like rubs her off. Like she became champion with her partner Asuka, and
I didn't think about
now
that.
she's the lead champion. She has the solo championship on Monday Night Raw, and it's a little interesting story there.
The only person in this universe mode this year to have both a tag title and then conquer the main solo title.
Yep. Io Shirai been killing it the past few months, man. For real.
With the right amount of wins, she might be in the mix for Woman Superstar of the Year.
Yeah, she definitely up there, but I don't think she's up there with like Rhea and obviously Sister Abigail. But she did beat Bianca Belair, so yeah, she probably top 5. But
for sure,
who knows?
Jesse, we might have a new person entering that top 5 because we did have the Women's Royal Rumble, and obviously we did have the slip up where the game crashed, and the fans, you guys saw that. It happens, but to be fair, I think our cleanup on it was pretty good.
Yeah. Honestly, it was perfectly fine. The only thing you guys can probably say is like, obviously the last 10 people, they all got new health. No one was hurt, but like we weren't going to restart the Rumble. It was already over 30 minutes long.
Right. We still had Ronda Rousey.
It's going to be a long process.
We still had Ronda Rousey start from 1.
Yeah.
And Mia Yim.
Yeah.
So
it would have been a long process if we completely restarted that Rumble.
I'm not even mad about the process if it would have happened. I was more concerned about if we were to do it again and we get the same result.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to lie. You having Ronda Rousey and you were going on a crazy run. When it crashed, we were on the 27th pick. I couldn't say, bro, let's restart it. Because that's just like, what happens if the next match you get Sonya Deville at pick 15 and that's who you end up winning the Rumble with? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not fair to you either. So I think our decision was the best decision we could have done. And I think I'm going to go out on a limb. It might have made the match more interesting.
Yeah, I think it did make it a little more interesting. The fact that I think Ronda Rousey was like 15 or
15.
16. She came at the halfway point of the Rumble, and she was the last one in the ring. She will be headlining one of the parts for
You took her from
WrestleMania, and
me
I acquire a Ronda Rousey just by winning with her.
for
No
free
trade,
99.
no, yeah, literally for free. And now I have Ronda Rousey. That bro, that SmackDown Women's division might be the best SmackDown Women's division in all of WWE history.
Yeah,
Like that's
I'm
how
not.
stacked my women's roster is.
It is. It is for sure. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Plus, now BWA is unofficially broken up.
Separated. Mm-hmm.
So the only
Yeah.
hope I could have is hopefully I get my hands on Ronda Rousey through the draft next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it.
Yeah, and the thing
That's leverage
was
for you.
that yeah, I've never had Ronda Rousey on my roster. So now that I have her right at the end of this first season and her headlining against obviously Sister Abigail, everyone is gonna know it's gonna be for that title. But guys, that Ronda Rousey versus Sister Abigail, that story is gonna be insane. It's gonna headline one of the parts of the WrestleMania card. But that right there, it could potentially be match of Mania. You never know.
Man, it's gonna be very interesting because they are completely different people.
Yeah. Obviously, Ronda being a former UFC star, champion, coming into WWE, got pushed immediately, became the champion while Liv was on the back burner. And obviously, in real life, but now, like the only thing we've seen Ronda do in last season and this universe mode, she's been a tag team champion, and she did have that Friday Night SmackDown championship last season. So maybe that's a sign to come. Maybe she's back to Friday Night SmackDown to regain that title that she
I
lost to Becky Lynch.
I also do want to point out that yes, Ronda Rousey one had a hell of a performance. We also had a few other good performances, including AJ Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was the last one to be surviving with Ronda Rousey. So hopefully people take note of that. And will we see AJ Lee next season?
Possibly.
Very, very, very possibly, yeah. Obviously, she cut her career short. I believe she was only 26 when she retired. So you never know what I could do with her, Christian could do with her, or she's just a free agent for next season if she doesn't get drafted. So, yeah. But Ronda Rousey, winner of the Royal Rumble at number 15, and she'll be going against Sister Abigail at WrestleMania. That match was pretty much confirmed as soon as she won that match, and obviously with Sister Abigail retaining before that. So that's one Mania match from Friday Night SmackDown already confirmed.
Indeed it is. And now we go into part 2 of the Royal Rumble show, which started off with Aleister Black defending his title against Brock Lesnar. Now, it definitely was the shortest match of the day, probably most underwhelming. Again, we don't script anything out, so whatever happens, happens.
I thought it would have been a little bit longer and a little bit more entertaining, but with people like Brock Lesnar and with the resume that Aleister Black now has, obviously beating Brock, bro, I don't know who is going to be beating Aleister Black, especially the rest of this season. I just don't know.
Let's be real. Is there any – I mean – I was gonna say that any person who has had a better year than Aleister Black, but like male wise, and my answer, my only possible follow up is the Royal Rumble winner, which we'll get to a little later.
Mm-hmm.
But I can truly go ahead.
The way like everything like fell in together, obviously in the main event in part 2, was like, wow, like that could potentially be the guy to be the new champion going into season 2. But Aleister Black obviously beating Brock Lesnar is crazy. He beat people like Seth Rollins. Brock Lesnar's on his resume. Undertaker. He beat people like Kane, Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, all of Wyatt family, Sting. Like, he's beaten literally everybody, bro.
Well, yeah, you're going to the other universe mode too.
Yeah, like all together.
It's incredible. It's incredible the amount of names he has on his his waist, and literally he had the
Samoa
Undertaker
Joe, too.
logo. Yeah, Samoa Joe. He had the Undertaker logo on his pants. It was almost like the Hall of Pain on his pants, but his own version of him. The guy is just a ultimate beast, and I mean, hey, we can say, you know what, the match was underwhelming, but let that not undermine the dominance of Aleister Black.
Yeah,
Because
honestly, like, everyone has to appreciate Aleister Black for what he is, from obviously last season and obviously this season, because he went through a lot. He obviously lost to people like Gargano, Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, but the fact that he still stayed relevant, was in that main event scene with being a top contender, along with Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles being up there in the main card scene, and the fact that he became the champion, beat Seth Rollins, retained that, beat The Fiend, and now he beat Brock, and now he's going to walk into Mania, probably being the main event of the whole damn show. Yeah, he deserves it, man.
absolutely, I'm so happy with it. I have no complaints on my end. But yeah, that match, either even with that match though, Brock Lesnar was always a threat.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Yeah, I hit
I
you with the Germans, and you were kind of getting like a little iffy, like, yo, like, I'm already hurt.
bro,
And then
I said it in the beginning. To beat Brock Lesnar, there's only a few ways to do it, really, and I feel like you got to do it quick, and you have to almost play a perfect game. You have to get that second reversal, and you got to hope that you use your reversals after that timely, because you're limited. You got maybe two or maybe one, and from there on, you have to use it wisely. And I was screwing that up in the beginning.
because I think you hit the double reversal, and then you only had like one reverse early, and then I was mounting a comeback. I got a signature hit with German suplexes,
Paul
and
Heyman
Aleister Black
interfered.
was hurt. Yeah, that's true. Paul Heyman was ringside. He interfered as well. But yeah, everything came together. But like, what blew my mind, obviously, was more the fact that Aleister Black hit me with one black mass, and it obviously it pinned it put away Brock Lesnar. He pinned me once easily, and I remember, like, this is sometimes why I wish the camera option was there for us. We'll obviously like try to figure that out for future videos and stuff like that. But like, I literally got up out of my seat and was like, "Yo, like, are you kidding me? Like, Brock Lesnar got hit by one finisher." I was honestly shocked. That was
It
probably the most shocking thing of the entire pay-per-view.
it speaks volumes to, again, you could say it's underwhelming, or you could say it speaks volume to Aleister Black.
Mhm. Yeah, it definitely plays both parts, but I just couldn't believe it. Just one finisher put away Brock Lesnar.
And don't
Crazy.
worry, Jesse. We're working on the camera thing. Maybe I talk about that a little later. But yeah, so that's that match. Jesse, you want to talk about the next match after that?
Yeah. It was the co-main event. Matt Riddle and The Fiend, and sheesh, Matt Riddle, he kind of honestly disappointed me. I really thought he was going to be that guy to walk into Mania and pretty much say to anybody, like, yo, like, I'm the WWE champion. I'm that young stud. I'm the young guy in the locker room with the title. Come get me.
I can't say
And
it
The
was
Fiend pretty
disappointing
much,
though, because
he had a good showing. Don't
he
get
had
me
a
wrong.
he had a great showing, and it just sucked because again I got hit with the I'm gonna pop back up claw and I'm down. It's that claw is a hard one to get out of, and I just got kind of
Yeah.
that's
Especially
what hurt
with
me.
The Fiend. Yeah, the thing with The Fiend is this season is he always involves himself in a title match, and no one's gonna stop him because he's a scary creature and his character is just so dope. But obviously, The Fiend has lost before. He's lost to people like Aleister Black, Dolph Ziggler, but as soon as he's lost that title, he got it right back. Look at Dolph Ziggler when he regained it at SummerSlam. Didn't obviously lose the title ever since then. Got embarrassed by Aleister Black at Clash of Champions. Then he loses that title to Matt Riddle via cash and it wasn't really a real match. So that's why I did a rematch at Royal Rumble for the WWE title, and it was a great showing by Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle hit some moves on The Fiend, bro to sleep. The bro Derek was there, but eventually The Fiend was like, yeah, this was a fluke, man. The Fiend popped up, hit the claw, submitted Matt Riddle clean, and that was it. WWE Championship is now back in the hands of The Fiend.
The real question I have is what's next for both of these superstars? Obviously, you can't spoil anything, Jesse, but what direction can you see Matt Riddle go from here? And also, who is next for Bray Wyatt to face off against?
Well, obviously, at Mania, Fiend will be involved because he's the WWE champion. And the thing is, I don't know who could be next for him, because who could potentially be that next contender with a briefcase obviously gone now since Matt Riddle lost. And Matt Riddle, honestly, I don't see him being the WWE champion like you said before. Like, since he lost that title, his briefcase is now gone. Is he the number one contender still? No, he's not. I'm going to be honest. Even though he has a great resume, beat people like Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Gargano, he's beaten a lot of people. But Matt Riddle is not the number one contender for that WWE championship. And since Ricochet obviously won the Royal Rumble, The Fiend really doesn't have an opponent for Mania. He will be at Mania. Obviously, it's the WWE championship. You got to defend it in the last pay-per-view for this season. But The Fiend really doesn't know what could be next for him, to be honest. And Matt Riddle with a tough loss like that after losing the WWE championship, do I want him at Mania? Yeah, but will he be there? It's not solidified. You know what I mean? So who knows what's next for Fiend, obviously, with him being the champion again. And who knows what's next for Matt Riddle. I really have to think about it, look at my roster, and be like, who can I involve here for Riddle to maybe get one last push? Or who do I think is the most deserving for the Fiend to be in one of the matches for WrestleMania?
Yeah. It's Mania season, man. And I said it last year. I'm going to say it this year. Yes, we have the option to flood the card out if we wanted to. But truth be told, it doesn't feel right when we putting 15 matches on a card and that long drawing. It's too much. And I also want to ask the fans, how much do you guys want right now? I think Jesse said 10. I honestly might even be on the scope of maybe even 12.
Okay.
I was actually I was writing my Mania card today of just possible matches. It all depends on how everything flows. I had like 10 just on that paper alone. Granted, I had some other almost like alternate possibilities, but I could stretch it out a lot if I wanted to. But the truth is, I want to make Mania special. I want to cut all the filler stuff out of it. And sure, I can still make those matches happen. I can make them happen on a Raw. You know what I mean? Make those Raw super special.
Or you can wait until season 2 if you keep those superstars as well.
Which is an option we did not have as well. We did not have last year, which we're going to talk about in like 5 minutes after we talk about the Royal Rumble, Jesse, because you were saying you don't know what's next for the Fiend. And the answer to that, the reason to that is because a Raw superstar won the Royal Rumble. Before we get to the victor, let's just talk about how good this match was.
Yeah.
Elias, great performance. Kofi Kingston had a great performance as well. We
were the first two.
And we lasted till like the 10s. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think I only was 3 people, including the person I came out with.
I think Elias was eliminated around like 16. So he lasted a while. And I think I was like 4 people in the Rumble, maybe 5. I was a few.
You were not 5. You might have been 4. I honestly was leaning towards you at 3. Who were you? Because I had Kofi, I had Bobby, and then I had the winner.
I was Elias, Seth.
Oh, that's right. You lasted a long time with Seth, bro. That's it. You had 3. Seth, and who else did you have?
Morrison.
You only had 3?
Yeah, so I had 3. Yeah. I thought I was Braun too, but then it it didn't let me pick Braun, and then
Mm.
he got eliminated immediately. Then the Seth was the next pick, and I was like, oh, bet. Like, he's my favorite superstar to use in the game, period. And I was
You
cooking with Seth Rollins.
you almost
And
stole Seth
Elias.
from me too.
Oh, man, bro, if I would have stole Seth Rollins, too, and he would have won the Rumble, my show would have been lit. My show would have been so lit for WrestleMania.
It almost happened, Jesse. I was Bobby Lashley, and he was going crazy. Let's talk about some of the surprises. CM Punk got eliminated in 2 seconds. Stone Cold came out. He went pretty quick, too. The surprises that honestly did the most were at the ending, and we'll get to that in 1 second. I was Bobby Lashley. I would say Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins were like the MVPs. I'll probably give it a 7, but I was cooking with Bobby. I eliminated a few people. And legit, I was terrified because I didn't really want to win with Bobby. I'm going to be honest with you, but we don't script anything out. At the end of the day, I was like, maybe I could have a Bobby Black thing going. I might be able to make it work. I was trying to hope for the best. I was literally planning as I was playing. And then I saw the time start clicking for the 29th pick. And the 29th pick was coming out. And I was hanging on the ropes. And I was like, bro, I almost was eliminated. So I think it was somebody could have closed on me, but he went to the other guy. And I was like, that's it, man. I'm gonna lose probably with Bobby Lashley, and I thought you were gonna win with at that point I think you had Morrison, and I was like I'm just gonna lose.
Yeah.
And then I get eliminated last second, and all I could pick is Ricochet.
Yeah, and obviously he got that opportunity by winning King of the Ring at Survivor Series. That idea was, I think it was actually my idea, and it actually worked out perfectly because if you win King of the Ring. And the Rumble was obviously the next pay-per-view, well, 2 pay-per-views down the line. It was just a really cool story. And other than Ricochet, honestly, no one else really deserved it except him because Cruiserweight Champion, King of the Ring, last entrance in the Rumble. It worked out perfectly for Ricochet because now he is going to be the main event going against your guy.
I said it, Jesse. It's my number 1 versus my number 2. I'm gonna be honest with you. And Ricochet has had a hell of a year. I might have lost I think 1 time. Cruiserweight champion, King of the Ring, 30 entrant in the Royal Rumble, and now the winner of the Royal Rumble, the main event at WrestleMania, and he has a chance to hold. Who has ever held the Cruiserweight title while holding the freaking prestigious world title?
And being King of the Ring.
It's unfathomable. It's unheard of.
Yeah, I think the only person he actually did beat was Seth Rollins. He had those ties with Ali. That's all I could really think of, to be honest.
It's incredible. It's incredible the run he is on right now. And he got hot at the perfect time last year, and he's doing it again.
Yeah. And the fact that he's going against Aleister Black, probably, right? Because, I mean, he won the Rumble. He's on your roster.
That's it. That's my match. I'm so happy with that match.
Yeah, because Ricochet probably arguable for a superstar of the year for the male, and then you could have Aleister Black right behind him. And the fact that those top 2 on Monday Night Raw are going to be going at it in a main event, probably at Mania, like who will win that match? Because you have Ricochet, who's the high flyer, acrobatic guy, and then you have Aleister Black, the great striker, former mixed martial artist, who can hit you with a black mass, and then that's it. You know,
I truthfully think that there wasn't any other better possibility for me.
It worked perfectly because you needed that guy to be like, yo, like, I don't know who's next for Black at Mania.
Didn't.
It's no other than Ricochet.
And the thing is, they even came up and debuted on Raw together as a team. And that was another aspect I thought of, and I never thought of before.
Yeah. So, yeah, and they had their farewell match at NXT TakeOver. We were there. They went against Viking Raiders.
That's right.
And that's how they left NXT. They left together, and then they started on the main roster together. And obviously, Ricochet doesn't really have a career right now because they treat him horribly. But in this universe mode, he's right behind Aleister Black with being one of the best superstars this season. So whoever wins at Mania going into season 2 will be the Universal Champion. And
arguably Superstar of the Year.
Yeah. So who knows? Who knows who's going to win that match at Mania? But I'm honestly excited to see that because I think you said it after we were done recording. You were like, yeah, they had completely different paths in NXT because you said Ricochet never won the NXT Championship. Aleister Black did. And it never really happened in NXT. I don't believe so. And the fact that it could finally happen at WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all, in this universe mode, it could be special, yeah.
So, with that being said, it was a phenomenal show. Jesse, let's announce what this next pay-per-view is going to be, and I want you to do the honors for me.
Honestly, I really think this was a fan-recommended pay-per-view. Pretty much what we decided on doing, it's gonna be an in-your-house pay-per-view, kind of like what NXT is doing on this Saturday, June 7th. Obviously, like our universe mode is gonna have spectators in a crowd because we can't take the spectators out of the universe mode. That'd be crazy.
I would love it.
Cool if you could do that.
I would love it.
But it's gonna be something special. I already looked. There's a in your house pay-per-view like setup and everything. We'll have to edit an arena, create one real quick, and then obviously have the this pay-per-view right before Mania. And it honestly kind of suits everything with everything going on right now with coronavirus obviously still around and stuff like that, even though some places have lifted the stay-at-home order. But the reason why I liked the guy recommending this pay-per-view, because we've all been staying home for 2 to 3 months watching wrestling, watching whatever with no fans. And I think it was a really, really good idea. And I love how NXT is doing it too.
Absolutely.
And with everything going on, it just suits with everything going on in the world right now.
It suits the current climate, and it's different. And like I said, I always thought the pay-per-view from Royal Rumble to Mania was kind of like, you know what's going to happen. So In Your House was always like almost like a house show. And I want this to have that type of feel. Like, yes, we might see a title change. I'm gonna have a title match or two, but ultimately we're in it for the good wrestling, and it's the last bit of, I can't say fun. The whole thing is fun in general, but like WrestleMania is going to be serious. I'm going to have my game face on. I'm not going to talk to Jesse for the whole show. I think I thought about buying a boxing glove so I could punch him if he wins. I just want to take the proper precautions moving forward. And also we need gloves because it's quarantine time. But yeah, so I'm super, super psyched for that. And this is just chock full of announcements because, Jesse, we are also going to be announcing a little bit of next season, the preview, and the trade deadline. We have one trade to announce. I can't say that trade without saying how we're doing next season. As Jesse tuned out, you're back in. Cool.
Yeah, I had low battery.
Yeah. Okay. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm on 20%. We're
okay.
Good.
Yeah, we're good. We got like 10 more minutes. So next season, we are doing a draft. Yes, we are doing a draft, but it is going to be slightly different. Me and Jesse
it's not going to be like last season. We're not going to pick 40 people like we did last time. We're going to shrink it down.
We picked everybody from the game last year.
Yeah. Mostly everybody.
So, yeah, this year what we're going to do is me and Jesse have 20 picks. That's depending on how it is, a team, 2 people count as 1 pick. So if they're a team, so I can't say 20 people, but me and Jesse both have 20 picks, no matter what, 20 picks. But I can say my first pick is Bobby Lashley, and that's a SmackDown roster, a SmackDown guy, and now he's coming to the Raw roster. And then Jesse could say my pick is Dead Morgan, Sister Abigail. And yes, that's a SmackDown girl, but he's ensuring that that woman is staying on her brand and I can't pick her and take her away. So there's that. There's the idea of, okay, I got to protect some of my top guys. Also, we're doing it like last year. All champions that we end the season off with at Mania remain our champions, so they're automatically protected. But the curveball is, after those 20 picks, our rosters stay the same. So if Bobby Lashley did not get drafted, he stays a member of SmackDown. And the most important change of this whole thing, we never do created superstars. I always had a personal gripe about it because I don't think they are the realest things ever. Their entrances, their movesets, their overall sometimes is janked all the way up high. But this next season, any and everybody is up for grabs.
That includes legends.
Including legends, as long as they're alive. That's the only
like we
thing.
can't pick like Eddie Guerrero or Randy Savage or Ricky Steamboat, people like that.
That's the only thing. Ricky Steamboat died?
I think so.
Okay, I don't want to throw that out there. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not too sure. But
I thought he was.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
But what do I want to throw out? Everybody, you threw out Ricky Steamboat?
Yeah, I don't know why like he came to mind.
But yeah, so we can draft AEW guys, TNA, NXT people that weren't in the game, old legends. We could do all of that. It is going to be exciting. And with that being said, we'll go into more details when that day comes. With that being said, Jesse, let's talk about the trade me and you agreed upon today. Jesse, you want to say who you got, and I'll say who I got?
Yeah. Christian offered. He texted me earlier, and he was like, "Yo, I got to look at your roster to see who I would like for obviously the person I've wanted for weeks now." He offered me Brock Lesnar, and obviously I accepted. And Christian got Viking Raiders, who I had a little bit of. They had somewhat of a universe mode. They had matches. They've won some. They lost some, but really couldn't really get into that top part of the SmackDown tag team division, which is real stacked right now. But yeah, I traded Viking Raiders and the 10th round draft pick from my draft for next season. So meaning does that mean I only have 19 picks?
No. So how we're going to do that, just so you still draft evenly, is you'll draft that 20th person at the end of the draft.
Okay. All
so
right.
let's say
let's say it's an overall pick.
Let's say it's round 10. I get 3 picks in a row essentially because, or however the order is. I don't know if I get the first pick. That's dictated at Mania, whoever wins the most matches. But I get my pick in round 10. Then I get your pick, and then I also get if I get the first pick, I'll be going again because we're kicking off the round 11. So I'll have the chance to get 3 people in a row that, I mean, you still get somebody, but it might be somebody lesser at the end of the pie come.
Yeah.
But it's also enticing because you ultimately get the last pick of the draft, and you can say, you know what? You didn't get this guy. Like you have
and I could just steal him.
Knowing that, like, I don't know. Maybe I do win Mania. Maybe I do win Mania, and I get the first pick of the draft, and you would have got the last pick regardless. But you could take a little risk with that last pick, and now you get the chance to do the risk twice, knowing that you don't have to play trying to plot against somebody else. So it's gonna be fun, man. It is gonna be fun. I'm glad that this is something we could do.
Yeah, honestly, I wish the game just wouldn't blue screen and things would just be a little bit simpler and more enjoyable for a season 2. But obviously, the only reason we're doing a season 2 is because there's going to be no game for next season for 2K21. Pretty sure they didn't even confirm a 2K22, but I would hope so. Well, obviously, Christian and I will probably make a like maybe 10 or 15 things they should include in 2K22. I think that'd be a really good idea, like further down the line. Yeah, I don't know about that many.
No,
But
I'm just
yeah.
saying with how many eras in this game there is.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that could be a future video. And yeah, we're here, guys. End of season 1 in your house pay-per-view. We'll have the regular 3-week build. That pay-per-view 3-week build for Mania, and then we're gonna get right into it for season 2. It's gonna be the not really the draft. It's like a superstar shakeup kind of thing, but obviously involving people from this roster, legends, created community creation guys, people from AEW, TNA, former WWE, guys that retired or just pretty much quit on the company kind of thing. But yeah, the end of season 1 is going to be here before you know it. By the end of the summer, season 1 will be done, and season 2 will probably be starting up either late summer or early beginning of fall.
I cannot wait. Honestly, I am like jittery about season 2. I have my notes written down, and then I always gotta make a note that, because I always have sticky notes. I gotta make a note to not leave that around you, because I know Jesse is a snake. He goes behind your back, and he's a slime ball, and he will find that note, and he'll take a picture of it, and it'll be like the Patriots winning the Super Bowl all over again. It's just not fair, Jesse.
Yeah, honestly, like to continue season 2, I already wrote down like 30 people.
It's gonna be fun, man.
I'm trying to like be in advance. I'm trying to think of Mania matches now that Rumble's over. Yeah, I'm ready for the next pay-per-view, obviously. Ready for the next time we record, ready for Mania, and I'm ready for season 2 to start with the Superstar Shakeup, and then obviously recording the first episodes for season 2 as well. So end of season 2, guys. I mean, end of season 1 is coming. Stay tuned. Watch everything. Catch up if you have to. And then for season 2, buckle up, because season 2 is probably going to be better than season 1.
I feel like we had the serious season.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna have fun. I mean, we were having fun the whole time, but now we can have fun.
Because it could be anybody. I could have Stone Cold beat my WWE champion if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, for this season, we kind of obviously
take the
tried
serious
to
approach.
Yeah, we tried to involve like people like of today, the NXT standouts, the people that are on the main roster, and show them out. But like, the thing I really like tried to like pretty much talk to Christian about was like, yo, for season 2, like, we can do anything. Like, we put up with the game for a year now. We could do season 2. Like, what if this guy never left the WWE? And what if he's on our roster and they could become a champion again? Like, that would be really cool. Could tell really good stories. People having feuds with people that could be in the WWE now, that are with obviously the people that work for the WWE currently. It's just a lot can happen for season 2.
It's going to be exciting times, Jesse, and that is why everybody should like, comment, share, and subscribe, because we got a lot more content coming on the way. Also, Lakers are going to play again, so I'm probably going to reinstate Lakerland very soon. Excited to do that. But, Jesse, what else should they do?
Ring the bells, guys. Get our new updated videos. And with everything we said in the pre-show and post-show, make sure you tune in to obviously Royal Rumble the rest of the season. We'll catch you on
the other side of the universe.
Peace.
We out.